3 points, Sunbury first from 7th over in the Championship, as it's anybody's guess as to who's going to be top of the table, as of course the final whistles will ring round the grounds this coming weekend. Who's your tip? Let me know. Of course, we're going to get into it next. That's right, folks. Bam's Game and prediction video today. We look forward to, what is it? Match day number, I don't even know. It's got a weird 15th over in the Championship, and we'll get to that in just a second. If you know where you've been, smash your subscribe button and bang it. All things Championship related, Rovers related, World Cup related. Later this year, of course, goodness gracious me. Can Rovers be top of the table? Of course, this weekend. They could, technically, mathematically, with a win and a little bit of lady luck. But, of course, Sheffield United are currently leading as we enter, of course, match number 15. We'll take a look at all of it in a second. Of course, people shout out my VIPs. They are the Patreons. You know who you are. But anyway, we are, of course, looking forward to this. Of course, I've got to get the logo on there. That's right, Championship of Action. So let's get into it, of course, as we recap what went on last week. And, of course, midweek, as of course, a couple of games were played, which we don't really want to talk about too much. But anyway, here we go. Of course, recap the results. QPR with a... oh, gosh, here we go again. I've got to change that. QPR with a 2-1 win over Reading. I went with a draw. Birmingham with a 1-0 win. 3-0 win over Bristol City. I went with a 1-0. Rovers with a 3-0 win over Rotherham. That was good. That was gold. We love that. 2-0 win for me. Meanwhile, Watford with a loss. Catastrophic loss against Blackpool. 3-1 it was. I went the other way. Burnley with a 1-0 win over Coventry. I went with a 2-2 draw. Millwall with a 2-0 win over Borough. I went with a 2-1. Norwich with a loss to Preston. 3-2 in the end. Goals galore on that one. I went with a 3-0. Stoke with a 3-1 over Sheffield United. I went with a 1-1 draw. Swansea 2-1 win over Sunderland. 2-0 win it was. West Brom shit the bed against Luton, sacked their manager in the process. Bruce is gone. Wigan with a 3-1 loss against Cardiff. I went with a 1-0, and of course I went with the draw there. So I did pretty shite. Don't really want to look at the Superbru. We're going to look at it in a second. Of course, this is the table as it stands. Sheffield United, of course, Norwich are on top of the table with 24 points. QPR also up there with 24 points. Burnley could go top this weekend, as could Swansea, as could Reading, as could Rovers, of course. Then Preston, Wigan, Luton, Bristol City. It's the Championship, guys. It's the fucking Championship. Anyway, going down, Coventry, West Brom, and Huddersfield at the moment. Middlesbrough, Hull are also in the mix as well. But it all could change very, very rapidly, as could the state of the Superbru. Let's get into it, of course, and have a little look at how we all got on in the Championship. I don't really want to look at it, to be honest with you. I think I did absolutely shite. As we're loading, there it is. So it's not great. Not great indeed. So these were the games, of course, from the last time around. Of course, my scores, or everyone else's scores, over in the Championship Superbru. Come on then, computer, here we go. TC 100 with 60.5 points. Well done to you. If you see your name, smash the thumbs up. That's the rules around here. You see your name, smash the thumb. DJ Horn, 92 points. 92 up there with 14.5. Well done to him. Omar Mexican Sniper as well. The Beast and Mo also the same. Mad Eye, Shakespeare FC, of course, Hansworth, Burnley, KE, then everybody else. Of course, I'm down there with terrible stuff. 7 points. It's not worth it. It's not really worth it. Let's take a look at the overall leaderboard. Of course, I'm down to 18th. Spoiler alert, which is not great. Con DJ Snake, non-mover. TC 100 up there as well with 119. And then the chasing pack. All you guys have broken the triple digits. Looking good as well. Sniper up there with moving 5 spots, number 3. 7 spots down. Wembley going down. I'm down just 2 spots. The Beast moving up there 9 spots at 90, down 13 spots. Wow over the past week. So it's anybody's guess as to who's going to be dominating. Bit of a hair in my mouth, saucy. But anyway, that's the state of play. It is free. If you see your name again, smash the old thumbs up, smash the old subscribe. We go again indeed. And of course, here's the link if you want to get involved. /EFL Champ. It is free. Get in amongst it. And of course, we'll see if you can rock the Casbah next weekend. Of course, these are the games. In fact, let's recap the midweek games. So Wigan did beat Rovers 1-0. Of course, Bristol City did beat Preston 2-1. Of course, to move back into the top half of the table, of course. So here are the games that are coming at you this weekend, and it all kicks off, I believe, on Saturday. That's right, Luton Town against QPR, bit of a London affair, or a great London affair anyway. Pitch at 17 tabs, done 2, 3 was Luton, 9 was the QPR. We got 5 draws, of course. Luton unbeaten though now in the last 5, 58% form for them. Up against QPR side, unbeaten the last 5, also 75% form for them. Heading into this last round at Kenilworth Road, it was a 2-1 win for QPR back in March 2022. QPR unbeaten against Luton over the last 6. They like playing them, of course, winning 5 of the last 6. QPR with a 2-1 win over Reading, of course. Luton with a 0-0 draw against West Brom. Back-to-back draws for them as they head into this match as well. well. Meanwhile, the odds, we have 11-10 is your Luton, the 12-5 is your draw, 5-2 is your away win. Is the early, it's one of the two early kickoffs over in the Championship this weekend. Back in a draw. I was going to go with a draw, but a 1-0 win for Luton. Gone with the win for the hosts here. Luton Town, that win could actually see them go into the top 6 as well. Meanwhile, Rotherham against Huddersfield, the other early kickoff in the New York Stadium. Of course, Matty Taylor's Rotherham up against Mark Fotheringham was Huddersfield. Played the 17 times, done 5. One was Rotherham, and then was Huddersfield. We've got 5 draws, of course. Rotherham, though, just 1 win 6. 42% form for them right now. Up against the Huddersfield Town side, also 42% form, winning twice over the last 6 games. Just 1 defeat past 4 as they try to turn the corner. Last time around, though, over at Rotherham was a 1-1 draw back in October 2020. Rotherham with a 3-0 loss to Rovers. Of course, Huddersfield with a 2-0 win over Hull this past week. Of course, at the John Smith Kirklees McAlpine Stadium, of course. Coming at you, though, last time around, or the odds, should I say, 23-20 is your Rotherham, 23-10 is your 5-2 is your away win here. Which way are you going to go? It's tight. It's very, very tight. You're going to go with the away side here, 2-0 win for Huddersfield. That could actually see them go up to 20th in the table, 14 points on the board, and of course, get them out of the drop zone in the process. Meanwhile, Tony Mowbray's boys, Sunderland up against Wigan, of course, at the Stadium of Light, played 24 times, done 3, of course, Sunderland winning 9, Wigan winning 9, and there's been 6 draws, of course. Sunderland, though, just 1 win in 6, 42% form for them right now. Wigan, though, 3 wins in the last 6, 50% form for them heading into this match. Of course, Sunderland did beat Wigan last round 2-1 it was back in August 2021. Sunderland unbeaten against Wigan over the last 3, just 1 defeated past 4 for them. But of course, the Mackems coming on a 2-1 loss against Swansea. Back-to-back home draws for them. In fact, they've just scored 1 goal the last 3, have Sunderland. Meanwhile, Wigan with a 1-0 win over Rovers. We don't really talk about that. Do we? Of course, the odds here for this game, we got Sunderland 11-10 for the 82-10 is your draw, and 13-5 is your away win here. Of course, I'm backing Tony here to get the better of Wigan. 2-1 for them at the Stadium of Light, packed out house. They'll back anybody, won't they? Of course, meanwhile, Bristol City up against Millwall, coming at Thrashton Gate. These two sides played 23 times in 1993. We've got 7 wins for Bristol City, 8 wins for Millwall, and we've got 8 draws, of course. Meanwhile, the spoiler alert or rumours around linking Gary Rowett to West Brom. Bristol City, though, with a 1 win. A 1 win in the last 6, 25% form. Up against the Millwall side, won 3 of the last 6, 58% form for them heading into this match. Last time around, though, over at Bristol City, it was a 3-2 win for the hosts. That was back in January 2022. Millwall with a 2-0 win over Middlesbrough. Bristol City with a 2-1 win over Preston, of course, midweek action there. Was. Meanwhile, the odds here, we've got Bristol City 6-4 for the victory, 11-5 is your 90-10 is your away win here, lads. Back in, of course, Bristol City at home, 1-0 win for them. Is Gary Rowett's head turned by the West Brom job, the money bags of West Brom. Meanwhile, Cardiff City up against Coventry City, of course, come at you this coming weekend, of course, over in Wales. Played 25 times and 3, 12 wins for Cardiff, 6 wins for Coventry, 7 draws, of course. Cardiff, though, just 1 defeat past 5, 58% form for them. Meanwhile, Coventry just 1 win 6, 42% form for them. However, just 1 defeat past 5 also, if you want to look at it a different way. Last time around, though, over in Wales, it was a 2-0 win for Cardiff. That was back in February 2022. The away side's only won once of the last 6, and that's, of course, when Cardiff beat Coventry in Coventry back in August 2014 in the EFL Cup. Coventry, of course, back-to-back games now without a goal. In fact, just 1 goal scored the last 4 for Coventry. That was against Middlesbrough. Meanwhile, Cardiff at the 3-1 over Wigan. They come into this game with a bit of a confidence. The odds here, 65 is your Cardiff, 23-10 is your draw, 25 is your away win. I'm back in Cardiff here, 2-0 for them, 3 points to bag, and another goalless affair for Coventry. Meanwhile, Burnley up against Swansea over at Turdmore, of course, high-flying Swansea look red hot right now, 83% form for them, winning 5 of the last 6. Meanwhile, Burnley, the draw specialist, drawing 4 of the last 6, 67% form for them heading into this match. Last time around, though, over in Burnley, it was a 2-0 win for Burnley back in November 2017. Yeah, it's all over the place. It's very, very split between the two sides. Swansea, though, with 2-1 win over Sunderland. Burnley with a 1-0 win over Coventry, over in Coventry. Of course, last time around, though, or the bookies odds, should I say 4-3 on is your Burnley, 11-4 is your 80-5 is your Swansea side here. This is going to be an interesting game, and I'll be keen to know which way it goes. I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw. Goals in it, of course. Swansea have been playing good. Of course, they're into top 6. Burnley are in, of course, 4th spot right now. Just 1 point separate two sides, but of course, who will come out smiling at the end of it? Next up is the game of the day, the game of the weekend. It is Middlesbrough up against Rovers over at the Riverside. It's the Darrell Lennon derby, Tony Mowbray derby, whichever one you look at it. It's the Ainsley Pierce derby. It's the Daniel Ayala derby. It's, of course, lots of connections between two sides. Of course, pleasure 39 times to 95. 10 wins for Borough, 15 wins for Blackburn. They've got 14 draws, of course. Middlesbrough, though, winning twice in the last 6, 42% form for them right now. Rovers winning 3 and losing 3 over the last 6, as we do, 50% form for them. Of course, last time around over at Riverside, it was a 1-1 draw back in August 2021. Rovers unbeaten against Borough over the last 6, pick up 3 wins and 3 draws, of course. Middlesbrough, though, with a 2-0 loss against Millwall. Rovers with a 1-0 loss against Wigan, of course. Back-to-back goalless affairs on the road for Rovers. as we head into this match as well. Looking at the odds right here, right now, we've got Middlesbrough even Steams for the victory, 14-5 is your way, when 12-5 is the draw. Back in, of course, Rovers with the draw for the first one of the season. Yet to taste the draw, but of course it can all end here. We'll break the jinx in the process, get a point in the bag, and actually can move in the top 6 with that point, depending on what goes on elsewhere. Reading up against Manchester West Brom, of course, unless something crazy has gone on. No, it hasn't. Played 26 times, 984, 8 wins for Reading, 11 wins for West Brom. We got 7 draws. Reading, though, of course, we're looking at 2 defeats past 6, 58% form for them. Up against West Brom, so we haven't won in the last 9 games, 25% form for them, as they're struggling to kick on this season. Meanwhile, last time around at the Matchday, it was a 1-0 win for West Brom back in April 2022. Reading with a 2-1 loss against QPR. West Brom with a 0-0 draw against Luton. Back-to-back games now without a goal for West Brom as they head into this match. 23-10 is your Reading, 5-2 is the draw, 23-20 is your away win here. Of course, West Brom are favoured here. I've gone with a 1-0 win. New manager bounce, perhaps shaking off the Steve Bruce effect. And of course, bursting into life. None the same. Next, of course, we have Preston. They are taking on Stoke City, of course, over at Deepdale. Now, it's going to take me a little minute to get here, but of course, these two sides, that picture is one of my eyes, around about 21 times done to 9 wins for Preston, 4 wins for Stoke. We got 8 draws, of course. Preston, though, what we're looking at, 1 defeat past 4 games, 50% form. That's 1-2 lost to and draw to over the last 6. Stoke, the same, 1-2 lost to and draw to over the last 6. 50% form for them heading into this. Last time around, over in Preston, it was a 1-1 draw back in September 2021. Preston, just 1 defeat against Stoke over the last 6. Pick up 3 wins, a couple of draws as well. Stoke, though, with a 3-1 over Sheffield United. Preston with a 2-1 loss against Bristol City midweek, of course. Following on before that, a big monster win against Norwich, of course. The odds, do I even have the odds? I don't even have the odds. Basic odds, I don't know. Don't even know which way it's going to go. And that's the Superbru. I'm all over the place. Absolutely all over the place. But of course, I'm going to go with a 2-1 for the Nobbers here. Bounce back ability. And that can actually propel them into the top 6 as well, depending on what goes on elsewhere as well. Meanwhile, the Sheffield United against Blackpool, of course, over at Bramall Lane. Now, these two sides played 11 times to 2007. 3 wins to Sheffield United. 2 for the Tangerines. 6 draws, of course. Sheffield United, though, without a win. 3 now, 58% form for them. Up against the Blackpool side. Back-to-back games now without a loss. 42% form for them heading into this. Last time around, though, over at Sheffield United, it was a 1-0 win for Blackpool back in October 2021. Blackpool, of course, unbeaten over Sheffield United over the last 3. In fact, just 1 defeat. Yeah, it doesn't really count. Blackpool with a 3-1 over Watford, of course, monster win for them. Of course, Sheffield United with a 3-1 loss against Stoke. Of course, they haven't won since they beat Preston way back in September 17th. Of course, the odds right here right now for 7-4 on is Sheffield United, 3-1 draw, 5-1 is your way, and that is Blackpool. Even though they've gone for a bit of a rut, I think Sheffield United will bounce back here. But the 2-1 win for them over Blackpool. 3 points in the can. Watford against Norwich, of course, coming over at Vicarage Road. A bit of a zinger, of course. Watford are struggling down to 14th right now, up against Norwich side, who are 2nd in the table. Played 31 times in 1985, 60 wins for Watford, 11 wins for Norwich. We've got 4 draws, of course. Watford, though, just 1 win and 6, 33% form for them. Up against the Norwich side, of course, just 1 defeat past 6, 67% form for them heading into this match as well. Last round, though, over at Vicarage Road was a 3-0 win for Norwich back in January 2022. Meanwhile, Norwich with a 3-2 loss against Preston, haven't won in back-to-back games. Now Watford, of course, with a 3-1 loss against Watford, of course. Against Blackpool, of course. The odds here, we got 7-4 is your Watford, 23-10 is your draw, 31-20 is your Norwich here. Which way are you going to go on this one? It's tight, airtight, getting a 3-2 win for Watford on this. 3 points in the bag, and away they go. And then into Sunday's game, it is the Steve Bruce derby, Hull against Birmingham, of course, played the 19 times, done 6-9 wins for Hull, 5 wins for Birmingham, 5 draws, of course. Hull, though, 1 win and 6, 70% form for them right now, up against the Birmingham side, just 1 defeat at the past 6, 67% form for them heading into this match as well. Last time around, though, over in Hull, it was a 2-0 win for Hull back in November 2021. Hull, though, unbeaten against Birmingham over the last 6, picking up, of course, 3 wins and 3 draws heading into this match. Hull, though, picking up a 2-0 loss against Huddersfield, Birmingham, the 3-0 win over Bristol City. The odds here, 8-5 is your Hull, 7-4 is your way, and 23-10 is the draw. I'm back in Hull with a draw here, 1-1 apiece. And that's a bit of a disclaimer there. What about Hull? And what about Steve Bruce? Would you take him back? Of course, his best times have been at Hull. They love him there. They are looking for a manager. Could he be the answer? Could he be the answer? I'm going to Google it. But anyway, that's it for now. Of course, if I'm right, this is what the table will look like. Sheffield United still be top of the tops with Norwich in 2nd, QPR in 3rd, Burnley in 4th, Swansea, Preston, and then Rovers in 7th. Going down, Coventry, Middlesbrough, and then Huddersfield at the moment. But of course, it can all change very soon. But of course, just stick with it. Stick by. Get, of course, your link in here. cut.4/EFL Champ. We go again, guys. We go again. That is it. Smash your subscribe. Smash your thumbs up. Smash the little bell. Of course, make sure you check out the links in the description on Facebook, Twitter, and of course, we've got the Discord. But until then, guys and girls, we are done right now.